Africans are not welcome in China, go back to your country. I don't know if as Africans, if you are still safe here. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so you guys, a lot has happened since the last time I updated you guys about what's happening in China. Okay, as I said before, as I said in one of my videos, that it's actually very safe for foreigners, especially Africans, to live in China. But lately, you guys, a lot is happening, or a lot has happened. Okay, like when you go to WeChat here in China, they usually use WeChat instead of WhatsApp and other social media apps. Okay, and they have something like WeChat channel. Okay, yeah, and they have Douyin, that is Chinese TikTok. So for the past few weeks, a lot has been happening, especially in black community, yeah, in African people's WeChat channel. Yeah, so I don't know, there are a lot of narratives. So many people feel like those people causing issues. I don't even, let me just start from beginning so you all can understand. Okay, yeah, here in China, few weeks ago, when you go to an African person's WeChat channel, you will see a lot of bad comments, not so pleasant comments about Africans. Like, let me just say they are Chinese, but it's not verified whether they are Chinese or Americans. Yeah, so many people feel like maybe it's a Western propaganda to make Africa and Chinese relationship not to be as strong as it is. But the thing is, let me just say, I'll find some screenshots, okay, and place for you guys here so you guys can see it. Okay, yeah, you will see somebody, like as I'm making this video, or you will see the comment section will be, go back to your country, you are ugly, Africans are not welcome in China, like we don't need you here, what are you doing here, go back to your country. Like there have been a lot of narratives. Okay, to me, I don't really know what happened, and I don't want to speculate and say this is why it's happening. But for me, I've read a lot of comments from Chinese handles, which a lot of people feel like they may not actually be Chinese. Okay, some people feel like they are uneducated Chinese, but we don't know what's happening. To me, I don't really know what is going on. Like, even the one that actually broke my heart was, yeah, was a little kid who doesn't even know anything, but he is mixed. Okay, Chinese and African parents, more like has African hair but somehow Chinese. You could see a lot of Chinese in the comment section telling him that he's not a full Chinese, he's not welcome. He just a small kid. I cannot even read, because I'm very sure it's either of the parents that posted that video on WeChat channel. But you could see a lot of Chinese handles insulting the little kid, telling him to go back to Africa, that he can never be a Chinese. Like, the whole thing was just somehow, to me, I don't know if as Africans, if you are still safe here, though some people are just saying that it is Western propaganda. Yeah, that maybe they paid some people without even knowing what they are doing. Maybe they paid them to make Africans uncomfortable. A lot of African creators on WeChat channels already talked about it. Some people were like, unless we hear from our embassies, like the government, saying Africans should leave China, that's when we'll take it serious. But for now, everyone should just ignore them on WeChat because they are not serious. Okay, I know that most times it's not Chinese people's fault. Okay, before now they haven't mixed with other people, they haven't seen most African people, they are just used to being on their own. So I don't blame them entirely. Okay, I don't blame them, even though so many people feel like they're not Chinese, like they are bots, something like that. Well, I don't know, they can be Chinese, they cannot be, because I don't just know what to say. But the thing is, I don't know how safe it is for Africans here. The world is opening up, so many people are traveling, visiting China, and a lot is going on. So if you're a mom here in China, a parent, be careful of how you post your kids on WeChat channel. I just want to say it here, because it's easier for them to insult you as an adult than insulting your child who didn't even do anything. So that is just it. So I don't really know how safe it is to be in China now as a black person. But here in Beijing, no one has approached me to tell me go back to my country. I've not had any of such experience like in real life, though the banter is only on social media. Okay, so I think Africans in China shouldn't take it serious. Yeah, as long as it just ends on social media, unless they carry it out of social media to start attacking people outside, which we think that our government will take care of that. For now, there's no need to panic. Yeah, because so many people are already getting worried what that Chinese are in Africa, especially in Nigeria. There are a lot of Chinese people in Nigeria and in Ghana, and nobody's telling them to leave Africa. Nobody's telling them to leave Nigeria and go back, or they're not welcome in Africa. Nobody has done that. I've not seen any comment both on Instagram, Facebook telling Chinese to leave Africa. So I actually feel like maybe their government should talk to them, like call them to order. Most Africans in China are mainly because of our China-African relationship. Some people are here on scholarship. A lot of people are here to trade. Then our embassy, some expats. Okay, so it's not like we are not doing anything here to improve Chinese economy. But the thing is, I think Chinese people are misunderstanding Africans. Rumor had it that because of what is happening in France, which I have not even seen in news. So the whole thing just somehow, some people were like, if you go to France, half of the population are blacks. So they wouldn't want in the future when you could see a black Chinese. I think that is their worry, that very soon Africans are going to take over China. And all those, their sisters, they are even sending warnings to their Chinese sisters that go ahead to marry African brothers, okay? That go ahead to marry our African brothers, that they should stop because they don't want in the future when you call a Chinese, you see a black person. They don't want what's happening in France to happen here in China. So I just feel the whole opera on social media is not even showing up. When I was just I was like, he has not felt anything like that. I was just telling him to be careful, okay? Be careful when he's going out, because the whole social media thing, those people typing might actually be the same people walking on the way. You don't know, you never can tell. So with this, I don't really know how safe it is to be here now in China, even though my husband said it's still safe, that it's just like all the social media trolls, that there will always be trolls on social media. There will always be people who are not pleased with the government policies and all of that. But as long as they've not taken to the streets to attack Africans, they've not taken to the streets to attack foreigners here in China, China is still safe. Okay, so far, if you live here in China, I would love to hear from you what you think about. Have you even seen comments like that, like talking down on Africans, telling them to go back somewhere, like they will open magazine on them, like finish them, something like that? If you see any post by an African person, just go through the comment section. Most people now switch off the comment section because they don't want trolls there. There are lots now on WeChat channels. So if you live here in China, I would really love to hear from you. What do you think about all of these things? They are serious, or is it just social media banter? One Chinese person texted someone in our group telling her that this is Western media problem. Okay, they are trying to bring chaos, misunderstanding between Africa-China relationship, which I actually think might be true. Yeah, because I've had a lot of good Chinese people, just like the way it is all over the world. There are people who are racist, there are people who are not. So you cannot just classify the whole of Chinese as if they don't want black people. I have my Chinese neighbor is actually very nice to me. She won't came for my birthday party. So, and I've not felt any of that like ill feeling or bad vibe whenever she's around. If you ask me, I would say China is still safe, but just be careful. Okay, whenever you are going out, be careful. Always be watchful to know when they carry out the threats on social media, so that it's not take you by surprise. Yeah, I would love to hear your opinion in the comment section. Have you ever been in China? Did you feel like, did they treat you bad? Do you feel like they don't like Africans? Did you ever feel like, according to how they treated you, do you feel like here is not safe for you to be in? I really love to hear your opinion in the comment section. And if you are in Africa and you've worked with Chinese, what's the relationship like? Like, what's their treatment, how they treat you. They treat you well, they treat you less than other Chinese working in the factory. So far, if you've read to those part of it, share with me in the comment section what you think about all of this happening in China right now. Yeah, today is 1st June, so it has not ended, and I'm talking to you now. Today is 1st June 2023. There are still comments on WeChat channels on Douyin. You will see Chinese handles with US profile picture. You see someone in the army, but the name is a Chinese name, but the profile picture is an American person insulting Africans when they post on WeChat or Douyin channels. So far, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.